Hello, everyone, and we're live, episode 28 of the Fitness Business Growth Podcast. I'm here with Palma. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Really good. Today, we talk about from Palma's journey from working in the garage to working to a park to having a really successful gym, which is a great journey for anyone who is starting out, who wants to transition from doing their course to starting outside to getting more serious and getting a facility. Cue the intro.
Welcome to the Fitness Business Growth Podcast, a podcast run by gym owners for gym owners. My name is Mitch, and along with Jamie, we are your hosts, and we will be discussing all the important things that you need to run a successful fitness business. From marketing to lead generation to sales to retention to staff and much, much more. So if you are a fitness business owner, then this is for you. We hope you enjoy the following episode and we will speak with you soon.
And Palma, we're back.
All right, we're back.
We're back. And may I say, Palma, it's quite rude. It's actually my birthday today, and you haven't wished me happy birthday yet.
Are you joking? Happy
It's my
birthday.
birthday.
How am I meant to know that? Happy
I
birthday.
know. I didn't advertise it in Slack, but I'm 34 years young.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's young. For what you've accomplished as well, that's really young. It's awesome.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Well, Palma, the question I ask everyone at the start of the podcast is to introduce yourself, the elevator pitch. Who is Palma, and what do you do?
Okay. All right, let's do it. So my name is Palma. So basically, I own a gym studio called Boot Camp to You, which we do personal training, group fitness instructing, so classes, and we also do dance teaching and dance classes here. So it's like two businesses in one, where we have the dance studio and we have a few dance teachers, and then we have personal trainers and a few personal trainers in conjunction. Yeah.
Cool. That's a lot of moving parts. And when did you get into the industry, Palma?
I think I was about in 2017. So I got into like the fitness industry, but I just worked at like for the council. I worked in a few gyms teaching, just teaching casual classes. And then in 2019, I started to do my own just one-on-one training at the park. And yeah, really liked it and enjoyed it. And from one client, basically, I started to grow and I turned my garage into like a bit of a gym studio. And then we grew bigger, and obviously I couldn't continue to do it at home because people, coming to the house.
Hey there, Palma. We've got two people watching and we're frozen. Having a few issues with the internet. 1 second. And we're back.
I just got out. Okay.
That's all right. I can crop this in
Being problem,
post-production.
right? Because like,
Yeah. I'm an
all right,
expert marketer, expert salesperson, and expert video editor, I might say.
thank God. Is it actually a birthday?
It is my birthday, yeah, July 26th.
You gotta hit me with that like that.
It's also our 8-year anniversary in business, and I'm talking to
Oh,
you, so it's a very, very special
wow.
day.
Congratulations. That's really good. Good day.
But let's talk about you. The garage
Yeah.
to the park, you started to grow rapidly, and what happened next?
Yeah, so it's from the garage to the park, started to grow rapidly. So I thought I've always wanted to get a studio. So I actually got sick and I was in the hospital, like got my tonsils removed and everything. And during that time, I had 2 weeks off and I had Lara, which I had her start working for me from when I was in the garage, come in, take over. And I had time to think. And I was like, I want to get a studio. So in that 2 weeks I was sick, I found a studio, and then within Within 2 months I came. It was like totally destroyed. I renovated it all and opened it up on May 1st, 2021. So
Awesome.
yes,
That's so
now
cool. And when you're in the park, when you're in the garage, it's one thing. It isn't busy, but it's probably more like a hobby. When you signed that lease and you said, I'm going to pay X amount of rent for X amount of years, what was that feeling like for you?
That was scary because I've never done that before. So obviously I was very scared, and there's a risk in everything that you do. So there's a risk that could go really good and there's a risk that could go not the best. But I was willing to do that because my mind is stronger than than all that fear. So I just said, I'm going to do it and I'm going to keep going until I succeed. Whether, it's doing different things with marketing, doing different things with referral systems, and just getting the name out there, because I know that what we do is really good. It's just getting the name out there more. So yeah, that's basically just overcoming fear. Obviously it was scary.
Yeah, it's really, really great though, because I think your journey should be like the majority of trainers, where you start in a local area, you build some type of outdoor program, you might have a bit of a garage, maybe a community hall, maybe a school, and then once you have some traction, that is then when you sign the lease. So that was our exact journey with our first location. We started a boot camp. It was called Breakthrough Boot Camp. Now our gyms are Breakthrough Active, and we launched a boot camp. It grew, and then we needed the facility before people sign the lease and have no idea if that need is actually there. So I think you did it the right way, which is really, really exciting.
Yeah, well, that's how I did it. It seems to be working now, so thank God.
Awesome. Thing about signing the lease too, though, sometimes it can be scary, but it can force you to take action. And sometimes having that.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah. One thing I want to cover on this podcast, Palma, it is my belief, and I think in all business, there is a component of luck. And if Mitch and I got lucky for one thing, we use the word boot camp, breakthrough boot camp. I think the word boot camp is more famous than F45. But the difference is we're not going to pay for that word boot camp. But the reason why I love that word so much is it's associated with group training. It's associated with fun. It's associated with women. It's associated with $10 per session in the park. So if you advertise boot camp to you or breakthrough boot camp, people assume it's 3 to 4 sessions a week, $10 a session, fun outdoor group training. People know what it is. That's why I love the word boot camp. And I hate when I see people call their gyms by their name. Jamie Richardson Fitness. Who's going to join there?
Yeah. Well, yeah, boot camp to you. Do you know how? I'll tell you how the name came up. Actually, I had one client, like I said, when I started going to people's houses, because I went to people's houses as well as at the park. And I had one client, and she said, she got me another client. The second client came up with the name Boot Camp to You, actually. She said, Palma, you should start a business. I'm someone that sort of takes the action there and then. She said, you should start a business. You should call it Boot Camp to You, because you are coming to us. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I done it that day. and she came up with the name, not even me.
Did you actually travel around doing boot camps to you or personal training to you for a while?
Yeah, that's why it's called Boot Camp to You. And we still do it, actually. We still go to some schools. We go to some clients' houses that have gyms. So it's called Boot Camp to You because we used to go to you, or we used to bring the boot camp to you as well. And we still do that as well. And we have a studio now too. So yeah.
That's so awesome. I will say that your gym is one of the nicest gyms I've ever seen in my life. When we started working
Oh,
together,
thank you.
I
I
couldn't
love that.
believe how well painted it is, all the art on the walls. How did you come up with that idea? And like, how did you have a friend that did it, or?
So yeah, so in my garage, I like color, I like bright, I like fun. I don't like boring, even though I'm wearing black today. But anyway, the point is, I like fun. So in the studio, in the home studio, I had it all graffitied and I had quotes on the wall, and I have like a chalk paint where everyone can tag and write stuff. And I was like, you know what? I want to keep this going. I like the vibe. I want everyone to walk in and go, yes, this is fun. I don't want them to walk in and be like, black walls, just that's it, boring. So it came up with that. My friend Adam, the dance teacher as well, he had a friend that does graffiti, and then his other two friends do graffiti, and they do like art on the walls. They've done it for other gyms, so that's who done that. There was three of them, one artist each wall. There's three walls, so that's how I came up with it. Just because I like the color and I like that it's a little bit different. So you walk in and it's already sort of set the tone. It's going to be loud. It's going to be fun. That's what the tone is, and that's why we train people. We're very loud. We pump the music. That's how it is. That's the style.
Yeah. And going back to it being fun and the word boot camp, I just cannot stress the importance of how much I love that word boot camp. Like our first 5 locations were called Breakthrough Boot Camp, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but when a new gym opens in town, I kind of get the feeling that people are like, another gym. There's another gym in town. There's gyms on every corner. But the word boot camp and boot camps are different. It's a different feeling, a different association with the word. So any gym owners out there, perhaps start a boot camp before you go sign that big lease and sign 150 grand for 5 years.
100%, yeah. Like you have to start. You need to actually build the actual group first, or at least the name. Because we do personal training, so I've been doing it for almost 7 years, personal training. So I've trained hundreds of people. So whether they've done one-on-one training or boot camp, they know that I do boot camp because of that. So that's how it's growing too, because you just got to spread the word. So it is a lot harder if you've never done anything and then you just go sign a lease and then you've got no clients, zero, and then you've started. So that's true.
Mitch and I have never had debt on our business, which I'm really, really proud of. And it's because we had the direct debit from the boot camp of paying members before we signed the lease. So when we paid that bond, which was 3 months up front, scary decision, we had money to pay for the bond from our members. So
that's exactly like me too. I had that too. I never exact same thing.
Yeah. And I can't imagine like opening up a gym, being 50 grand in debt, and then having to spend more money on advertising, more money on equipment, to then find out that the fit out is going to be 100,000 more than you thought. Because believe it or not, I've heard that from some franchisees where to open's 50 grand, they end up paying 150. And then you start day one with your gym in such a scarcity mindset where you are scared to invest one more dollar until you start pulling money back out.
You know what? That's true. I had two guys. They I think they've actually just opened the gym now. They've done really well, but they were telling me, they were asking me questions when I did it about loans and all of this stuff to pay, I guess, for the fit out and for the equipment. And then I was in the same position as you. I already had everything ready. I done it. Like I didn't have to get that loan or whatever because I was started already at the garage, because I already started. So that's a really good point that you said.
And back to my love affair with the word boot camp, we used to open a boot camp and we'd have 6 kettlebells. Literally, we had 6 8-kilo kettlebells. We'd open up a brand new location because the people that we were attracting, they weren't there for the barbells. They weren't there for the rigs. They weren't there for the Concept 2 rowers, the bikers. They were there to have fun. And when people first start, you give an overweight lady 12 air squats, her legs are going to be fucking burning.
Oh, yeah.
They will be. You don't need the barbell.
I love it. It's so true. It's true.
And that's where so we used to open up a brand new location for under $5,000. So we would rent out a community hall, like an indoor sports center. we would buy our 6 kettlebells from Kmart, and then we'd spend literally the 4,800 on Facebook ads. And then the same way we've done it with you, we would run like a 28-day beginner boot camp, and we'd open up with 50, 60, 70, 80 members, and then probably 70% would stay after. Then we'd have a grand opening day, and we get those boot camps to 100 members within a couple of months. And that is literally like what got us our gyms and where we are today.
Wow, that's awesome. What a story. That's
so Palma,
it works.
It does. It does. And more importantly, like, I'm sure it wouldn't work somewhere. And if you're not investing that much money and it doesn't work, it's not going to send you fucking bankrupt.
That's right.
And I think like whenever you make a decision, whenever you like put money down, that for me and Mitch personally, I'm not sure about you, but we always go like, well, what is the worst case scenario? Like, what is the absolute worst that can happen?
Right. So you think, what's the worst? And then you calculate it.
Well, yeah, like, because if you, and I'm not saying franchises are bad, but if you sign a franchise 5 years, $250,000, the worst case is very, very bad. So we're 8 years in business today. I've never met another gym owner that's been in business for 8 years. So 5 years is a big commitment.
Absolutely. And can I just touch on that, because what you just said made me realize I was looking into before I done boot camp to you, because obviously I'm trying to build up my name instead of building up F45. What is that one? BFT. That.
Yeah.
I thought, should I open up one of those, or should I just stick with my own name and my own brand? This was the thing. And I was like, number one, you got to spend all that money on that. Number two, you're not flexible what you can do, because it's got to be under the rules of that. So that's the thing that really got me, the rules that you have to do it exactly the way that person does it. I was like, hell no, that's not the way I want it.
You wouldn't be able to paint your walls, Palma.
That's why I was like, hell no, I'm not doing it. Even if it takes twice the amount of time, I would actually rather have that flexibility. So that's really what pushed me.
Yeah. And this isn't the Bash Franchise podcast, but like, I speak to gym owners every day, like 50 gym owners a week. Wow. And it will blow you away, Palma, that some gyms have 200 plus members and they're not profitable, which is crazy, like crazy.
Really?
Because
unbelievable.
Because the majority of franchises, they also, they don't make you, but they recommend that you sign your lease next to a Westfield or next to a Stocklands. So sometimes the rent can be 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 grand a year. And then in some franchises, you have to have 2 staff on it for every sessions, right? So like the whole idea of having 200 members and earning X amount in revenue, it's just a vanity number. Like from what I've seen, the majority of well-run, independent studios are more profitable than franchises.
And it sounds about right to me when you calculate all of that, what you've just said. No need to train and see. Yeah, that makes me happier that I've gone on my own as well.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there are some successful franchisees.
There's no doubt about it.
Of course. But it's more just like having that control of what you can do for me is just so important. And the majority of people in business don't get into business because they want to have a boss. Like I don't like being told what to do ever.
Can I just tell you, this is going to sound a bit, I'm not embarrassed about it, I don't really care. I got fired at the last 2 jobs because I didn't want to be there. I didn't want someone telling me what to do. So what I was doing, I wasn't caring. Like what I mean by that is it didn't bother me too much. I didn't put my energy into it because I wasn't caring that much about it. I don't like being told what to do. I like to be the one in control. So I literally started my own business because I was like, I don't want to be told what to do by these people.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what pushed me.
And then you realize your clients and your bosses, and you're like,
yeah. That's the truth.
One thing that I want to talk to you about is something that I've got no experience doing, and I think our audience will find it valuable. Inside your Bootcamp to You studio, you also have a dance component. How do you run that? What do you charge for it? Is it direct debit? And how have you grown that? Because I got no idea.
Okay. So we have the dancing. We do, I have a hip hop teacher, heels class, which heels dancing, twerk Latin fever, and samba. So just recently, actually in September, we're going to be starting a dance timetable, which
Cool.
a dance only timetable, which we haven't done. We've only been marketing it per class, set amount of people book that class out, and that's basically it, maybe once or twice a month, and we'll get about 20, 30 people per class, which is so fun that we do. And I thought, and me and Adam, which is the other dance teacher, had a discussion. We thought, well, there is just like there's people that love boot camp and they just like training, there's a different type of people that just like dancing, and they're doing dancing for fun, for confidence, to learn how to dance, different reasons, but similar. And there's people that want to do that on a weekly basis. So that's why we're going to start a timetable for that as well. And it's going to be on a weekly basis too. So it's going to start off with maybe 4 or 5 classes a week, and then which will be around $25 to $30 a week. And then you can do all of them or for the month paid up front at that price. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So there's 3 teachers. We teach different dances. Hopefully, that'll be successful, and then we'll add more. But we're just going to start with 4 classes a week and go from there.
You can do it the same way, the 28-day Learn to Dance challenge. Same way.
I was going to ask you about it.
We can talk about it after. But Palma, I'm getting married November 9, and literally my biggest fear on planet Earth is the first dance.
Oh,
I am terrible. I imagine all of our friends and family watching me just bumble around and look foolish. I'm going to have to join your direct debit dance membership and get started.
Yeah, look, you know what I've done because I teach one-on-one stuff. I've done for a couple. I made up a dance for their wedding. I actually did. We did like a salsa style for their wedding, and they performed it in front of their wedding. They performed it. Not that long. It was about 1 minute long.
Yeah, my friend Tom, very pretentious. He got dance lessons and did the full dirty dancing routine, and I'm not doing that.
Oh wow, that's fun. Yeah, see, that's what it's about, like having fun, putting on a show. Basically, you're putting on a show for everyone.
Yeah, I tell Mitch everything, and the only thing I haven't told him is what our first dance song is. It's a secret, but it is one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite rappers of all time. It is a dirty song that I love. That's going to offend the entire audience.
Are you doing? That's fun.
It's my wedding.
No, it's funny though. They'll just represent you, so that's even better.
Yeah,
I love it.
Palma, I want to talk about how we kind of met each other, and I kind of want to map out what we did, because I think it's really, really special. And I think every gym owner who wants to open up a brand new gym or start a group component should follow this exact blueprint. So 100%. We met probably maybe 10 weeks ago. And you were really into your personal training. You were quite busy there, and you wanted to launch a brand new group fitness program. But the fear is, well, what if you commit to this large timetable? What if some of your PT clients start doing that? What if we don't fill it? And then what if you're stuck fulfilling this timetable that has no members in it? A very reasonable fear. And what we kind of came up with together was, well, let's do a 28-day beginner boot camp. We picked a date, it was July 10, and let's run this thing like it's a brand new location, a brand new boot camp in a brand new area. Really proud to say we sent you 36 clients over like a 6-week period. So Palma, tell me about that experience. Like, what's it like in club, the referrals you got? You had an open day. Let's talk through it all.
Okay, so obviously I was looking into, wanting to do some type of marketing to start the classes and grow them. And I came across you on Instagram, and it was like you were talking to me through that camera. And I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about with marketing. This guy knows how to market because he's talking to me and he knows this. So I was like, I need to talk to him. So I had the call with you. You told me, we went through it, and I thought, you know what? Like what you just said, what's the worst I can lose? You know what? On Facebook ads or whatever I've done, it can either work or it cannot work. he seems like what have some faith in you. And so anyway, you did follow through with what you said, and it worked. So we got 36 new. It's awesome. We've got 36 new ladies coming in. And we've done the program. We're actually almost done it now. Next week's the 4th week. And, it's helped so much in that sense. And even since then, just through doing that advertising, we've just got more leads from those people. We've had more messages, more calls, because our names got it out there more. And it's worked really, really well. I would highly recommend people to do it, because it works, and it's as simple as that. There's the facts don't lie. It works. You try something and it works. That is it. And I would highly recommend it. Not only that, I want to continue doing it.
Well, thanks for that, Palma. And I try not to plug our own services on our podcast as much as possible, but you are one of our biggest success stories. And I think a big component of our success is reliant on the actual gym owner having a kick-ass program who generally cares. And when I go through your Instagram, I love the passion I see in studio, how you are with your ladies. I love your whiteboard with the weight loss results, and you're dancing around. I love what Boot Camp to You stands for.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we've almost hit the goal that we had in 1 year. We've already hit it in 7 months, because I never set a goal, and I thought this year I'm going to set one. We set 150 kilos. We've already done 148 kilos lost. So we're going to have to set a higher goal, because we've done well. And I think that it's worked really well. It's about how you're talking to the audience. And if you can market your message properly, that it's for women, that's another thing as well. Marketing to particular ladies for the classes, that's something that I didn't do before. And that actually made a big difference as well, I have to say.
Because if you look at competitors in your area, there's thousands of gyms in Preston, but there is only one boot camp that is ladies only, that specializes in beginners, is welcoming, truly judgment-free. You have a really culturally diverse population.
Yeah, we do.
So like most of the phone calls that myself and my team have done, we are being asked like, hey, I'm so happy this is women's only. Can we take the burqa off? Right?
That's right.
A powerful thing.
Yeah, this is what a lot in our area, like in the Liverpool area, there is a lot of Muslim ladies that prefer, to train without men. So it's great that they can come in and they can, feel more comfortable to train. And that's what I find, that a lot of them are loving it. And even we don't mind, if they have a child and the child's fine, they sit in the corner, like there's no problem. We allow that as well. And that's what they like as well. That's what, that's the feedback I'm getting.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing. I'm a white male from Newcastle selling for a gym in Liverpool.
That's pretty amazing if you ask me. The connection.
Yeah.
Am I still there?
I can hear you. I can't see your video.
Yeah, what's happened there? Hold on. Let me see.
I'll try and bring you back. There you are. We're back now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, so just how I start every phone call, it's in our phone script, is Palma was going to give you a call, but she's currently busy at the moment. So I thought I might give you a call and said, is that okay? And they say, okay. And then all of a sudden they forget all about you.
Oh, well, yeah.
So we do.
Smarty pants over here.
But I think the most important thing was Palma was doing PT. She wanted to do a group program. The risk was large timetable. What happens if I don't fill it? What if I'm stuck doing it? I don't want to do that. So we set the time frame 28 days to build excitement around the pre-sale to get people into there. But then more importantly, as always, worst case scenario, if it bombed, day 28, Palma could tell her original members, hey, we're going back to this. This was just a short-term thing. And that is how we covered all of our baskets. We had the opportunity to grow the group program without the risk of being stuck doing it if it didn't work. And I'd be lying, Palma. Things don't work. It doesn't always work. So having that backup plan is so important. So Palma, what is the next thing for boot camp to you? So obviously you're doing your dance timetable, and you mentioned the price of it. We need to talk about that. That needs to go higher. But what's the next 6 months, 12 months look like for boot camp to you?
Well, I want to go into a new location, similar to what you were just saying. That's the idea I've had in my head, to start up a second boot camp in a new location with a new trainer slowly, like maybe in a park or in a hall, and slowly build that one up, and then eventually get another studio as well. But building up in another area, not too far from where we are now, but just in another area and growing. I want the community side of it, and I really love that's why I love the way you were saying with your boot camps, where you did it, the community aspect where, monthly get together, do it. And that's what we do. Once a month, we actually have club-a-size, which is where, it's free for the members. They can come in. It's an hour dance fitness class. We turn the lights off. We give them pre-workout shots, glow sticks. It's fun. It's different. You can, the lights are off. It's just fun. It's just like expressing yourself. It doesn't matter. And you get a really good workout. So doing stuff like that and just growing it. We also do coaching here, like mindset coaching. So we're doing that as well. We're doing group sessions for coaching. We're doing one on the 7th of August, 7:30 till 9 p.m. We're doing that. And we're doing that in the studio. And it's going to be really powerful, because a lot of people, the thing that's holding them back is themselves. So we've called it what's holding you back from being you. Because a lot of the time, people are wanting to do certain things, whether it's business, personal, in their relationship, whatever it is, but there's something that's holding them back. So that's what that coaching session is going to be about. It's going to be really powerful. So we just want to impact people and, push them past their comfort zone, mentally and physically. So that's my goal, to just spread the word and grow.
One of the best things we ever did in our boot camps were, and we still do them to this day, we got one in September, we run an annual charity trivia night. So our members get behind the cause. It's horrible, but often there's some member in our locations that have a sick relative or they're going through something. So we will often raise money for that person, or I choose, and it's Dog Rescue Newcastle. We hire out a leagues club, like Merriweather Leagues Club. We get the room for free because it's for charity. We charge $40 per head. We get 200 people in that room. So we make $8,000 on the entry fees alone. And then we have games all night. So number one, we're raising money for a good cause. Number two, our members have a great night together. Helps with community, helps with retention. And three, just why not? Like you have, as a gym owner, as a gym owner, as a personal trainer, we all have massive networks. So let's put it together. And it's something the members can be proud of. Like we have these big checks written up and they're on the walls in the gym. So I recommend anyone listening, organize an annual charity trivia night. Mitch and I hosted ourselves. We write the questions. They're pretty easy. And we just get absolutely tanked on stage and have a great night. And I think it's also good that members see you in your own element after a couple of drinks, maybe sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds awesome. I'm going to put that on my list to do something like that. For a good cause and everything.
Absolutely. Well, Palma, your video is cutting up. Your audio is not great. Let's end it. Thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking to you soon.